On air.
Oh,
It's on air.
welcome to the July 11th, 2018 Oakland Council meeting. Roll call.
Mayor Schwager,
Here.
Councilman Bialy,
Here.
Councilman Knapp,
Here.
Councilman Kamala absent, Councilman Levy,
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli,
Here.
Councilman Talamini absent.
I make a motion to excuse Councilman Talamini and Councilman Kumala.
So
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Before we stand, please look at your cell phones. Make sure they're off or on vibrate. And also, please refrain from texting because it is discourteous, it's disruptive, and could be construed as a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. So at this time, I'm going to ask you to stand to salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, remain standing.
Oh. Sorry.
Everybody does it. Be seated. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. And as I start every meeting with the mayor's message, the first thing I want to tell everybody, and if you're at home and watching us on television, a lot of people have been calling us, not that they want it, but they want to know why they have not received their tax bills for next year. And the reason why the tax bills are not out yet is because of the problems with the state of New Jersey. They're still determining which districts, school districts are getting, that's correct, which school districts are getting additional aid or not enough aid. So all municipalities, regardless of where you live, are having the same problem. That's why you didn't lose your tax bill, they didn't forget to mail it to you. Everyone, the tax bills are late, so don't panic. Just want to remind everybody, we have all the police here and fire, that Oakland is proud to once again sponsor the Oakland Junior Police Academy from July 23rd to July 27th. And I know it's hosted by the Oakland Fire Department, but sponsored by the Oakland Franklin Lakes Rotary Club. Graduation will take place on July 27th. And it's for all youth entering 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. And this is a great place for young students to learn about the excitement and challenges of law enforcement while experiencing fun. So if you're interested, it's very exciting to go to the graduation. It will be on Friday, July 27th, 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock at the Valley Middle School cafeteria. Thank you. Oakland Rehab Center at 20 Breakneck Road. They've been having the free concerts. So the next one is on Thursday evening, July 19th at 6:30 p.m. And probably for the older people, enjoy rock and roll music by the Aidan Quinn Orchestra. It's free. It's lovely. You sit outside, you hear the orchestra play. They have food, no cost, and it's really very nice. And this is very special, and a lot of longtime residents will remember this. Please save the date of July 20th. On July 20th at 11 o'clock in the Senior Center, Congressman Josh Gottheimer will assemble Frank Leone's family and friends to talk about the rededication of the Oakland Post Office to the Frank Leone Post Office. And we're going to be doing a resolution tonight. This has taken a very long time. I started working on this right after he died. There was an article in the paper. I think we started doing this since 2014. And if anybody remembers going to the Oakland Post Office and seeing Frank Leone there, he was a fixture there. So with the help of our congressman, he's going to present a bill to the U.S. House of Representatives. It will be renamed the Frank Leone Post Office, the Oakland Post Office, and there will be a special ceremony on July 20th. Once it's presented to the U.S. Congress and they pass the bill, then it will come back to Oakland, and in the fall, we'll have a ceremony at the post office. And when we read the resolution later, he lived a remarkable life. He was a very, very special person. And Frank Leone, what stands out about Frank Leone, he was the last postmaster ever to be appointed by a U.S. president. And that was President Johnson. And that's how long ago. So it's going to be exciting. So if you're around on July 20th, which is a Friday at 11, please join us at the Senior Center. And with Ellen, his widow, she'll be coming, and his family. It will be very special. Okay. And at this time, we have some promotions to talk about. And I'm asking Councilman Bobby Knapp, who is the chair of the Public Safety Committee, to read the resolutions.
Thank you, Mayor. I have three of them here, so bear with me. Resolution 18-250, authorized promotion Patrolman Keith Docker to sergeant. Whereas the Borough of Oakland has a vacant sergeant position, and whereas Officer Docker has qualified for the promotion per the rules and regulations of New Jersey Civil Service Commission, and whereas the Borough Administrator and the Police Captain have recommended Officer Docker be promoted to fill the sergeant's position, whereas the Council believes it is in the best interest of the Department to promote Officer Docker, therefore now be it resolved that the governing body of the Borough of Oakland that promote Officer Keith Docker be promoted to the rank of sergeant effective today, July 11, 2018. Be it further resolved that Sergeant Docker's compensation shall be at Sergeant Step 1, which is $126,900, pursuant to the PBA collective bargaining agreement.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call. Go to each one, so.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 18-251. Authorized promotion Bart Padry. Whereas Borough of Oakland has a vacant sergeant position. Whereas Officer Bart Padry has qualified for the promotion per the rules and regulations of New Jersey Civil Service Commission. Whereas the Borough Administrator and the Police Captain have recommended Officer Padry be promoted to fill the open sergeant position. Whereas the Council believes it is in the best interest of the Department and the community to promote Officer Padry, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Borough of Oakland that Officer Bart Padry be promoted to the rank of sergeant effective today, July 11, 2018. Be it further resolved that Sergeant Padry's compensation shall be at Sergeant Step 1, which is $126,900, pursuant to the PBA collective bargaining agreement. So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
This ought to sound familiar. Resolution 18-252, authorized promotion Stephen Brock. Whereas the Borough of Oakland has a vacant sergeant position, and whereas Officer Stephen Brock has qualified for the promotion per the rules and regulations of the New Jersey Civil Service Commission. Whereas the Borough Administrator and the Police Captain have recommended that Officer Brock be promoted to fill the open sergeant position. Whereas the Council believes it is in the best interest of the Department and the community to promote Officer Brock. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Borough of Oakland that Officer Stephen Brock be promoted to the rank of sergeant effective July 11, 2018, and be it further resolved that Sergeant Brock's compensation shall be at Sergeant Step 1, which is $126,900, pursuant to the PBA collective bargaining agreement. So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Now, before everybody leaves and we do the swearing in of the new sergeants, please stay because we have more presentations, and then you can leave. Don't leave yet. So, are you coming?
Oh, yeah. I already came up with that.
Actually, New York.
Want me to move the podium?
Okay. So we have, it's very heavy, so maybe both of you will hold it. Okay,
Hold it by your dad. There you go.
ready? Repeat after me.
I, Keith Dockerer,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I bear truth, faithfulness, and allegiance to the same,
and the governments established in the United States
and the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of,
the office of Sergeant for the Oakland Police Department,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and this is optional.
so help me God.
That's it. Congratulations. Good job. And congratulations.
Oh, it's upside down.
But then it's not official until he signs.
Ouch. Just stick it in there. Don't worry about it. He bleeds.
Look how ready he is. He's afraid you're going to hit him.
I got burned.
Oh, you got burned. That sunburn?
He's really nervous.
Ah. You have to sign. Not an address. Congratulations. Now, Bob. And Robert is going to...
Your real name.
Yes. Oh, he doesn't. Oh. But you don't get this one. Now we have Bart. Patrick.
Congratulations.
And who's going to hold the Bible?
Can I have my family come on?
Sure.
Bring them all.
Fairfax County, Virginia.
Yeah, long drive.
So you could hold this. It's not too heavy for you.
I got it.
Okay.
I can handle it.
And he outranks them, too.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I
I, Bart Pasher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and the governments
and the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
the office of
the office of
Sergeant for the Oakland Police
Sergeant
Department
for the Oakland Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
This is
ability.
optional.
So help me God.
Congratulations. First, before you do anything, you must sign this, and then you get the badge. Not to be signed.
Not official yet.
No. Yes, name up here. Okay. Yes.
If I could have your attention for a moment, Mayor and Council, thank you for the opportunity. those of you who may or may not know, our father served the borough of
Don't go
Oakland
away.
as a police officer for 30 years.
No, you can stand over here.
If he was here today, he'd be proud of my brother. This is my big brother. You know, like I said, 30 years he served the borough, and my brother's basically taking the legacy on. Clearly had an influence on us, what we chose for a profession as civil servants. This badge was worn by my dad when he made sergeant, so I want to give it to my brother.
Thank you.
My pleasure. It's old. It's been through a lot of years.
Both you guys.
Good enough for government work.
Stephen Brock.
Congratulations.
You can all come up. There's plenty of room. Someone has to hold the Bible, not Bobby.
Yeah, you guys all need to come in a little closer. Don't be afraid.
Ready? Sure. And remember, this is optional, so, okay? Yeah, right. I, your name,
I, Stephen Brock,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same,
and the governments
and the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
the office of
of the office of
Sergeant of the Oakland Police Department
Sergeant of the Oakland Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of
And
my
that's
ability,
optional.
so help me God.
I have to sign.
Mrs. Brock, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
I knew I was gonna get there.
Your signature?
Send it to me. Okay.
Maybe while we're here, we'll do this first. Before, don't leave, nobody leave. Yes, okay, don't leave. No, but we have a motion. Make a motion. Yeah. Paul? Where's Paul? We don't want to mispronounce your name.
Chadurji.
Should-
Chadurji.
You say it.
I'm making a motion that we put Paul Chagurjian, swear him in as a member of the fire department.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy?
Yes.
Councilman Net?
Yes.
Councilman Levy?
Yes.
Councilman Pimentelli?
Yes.
Hey, listen, it's taken me a while to get the chief's name correct, so don't feel bad. Come on up. And thank you, the whole family. You come too. What's your name? Chloe? Well, Chloe, are you going to be able to hold the Bible? It's very heavy.
Come on, I'll help you. Plug him in. Come over here. Turn around.
It's heavy.
I'll stay here.
You got here? My left hand, right hand up. And thank you for your service to Oakland as a volunteer. We appreciate that you wanted to serve on our fire department. Okay, I'm going to say aye and you say your name. I
Paul Chadurjian,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same,
and the governments
and the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties,
perform all the duties,
the office of
the office of
firefighter for the Oakland Volunteer Fire Department,
firefighter for the Oakland Volunteer Fire Department,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
And this is
ability, so
optional.
help me God.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you for letting him. Thank you, Chloe, for holding the Bible. That was good. Your address.
Thank you.
And now we have the certificates. Do you want to read them? We have two very, very special presentations, and Councilman Knapp is and I say this all the time, Councilman Knapp is a former chief, but you call them ex-chief, not former chief. And he was, and I said at a speech when he retired his office, I said, I had to make a little statement, and I said, you always remember your first. And they looked at me, and I said, because he was the first fire chief I dealt with as mayor, and he taught me everything I needed to know and less. So, we're going to have Councilman Knapp read the proclamations for some very special people, and the first one is, you call them ex, not former, ex-fire chief Curtis Leroy.
Come on up, Kurt. So this is a proclamation, firefighter proclamation certificate.
He's taking a picture of it. So he wants a picture of the proclamation.
We would do that afterwards. Anyway, Borough of Oakland proclamation firefighter, Curtis Leroy. Curtis Leroy has been an outstanding public servant to the Borough of Oakland as a volunteer firefighter for over 21 years. He began his service with Company 1 back in March of 1997. He has held the office titles of lieutenant from 2004 to 2005, captain 2006 through 2009, and assistant chief from 2010 to 2013. Department chief 2014 through 2016. It is with honor that I, Linda H. Schwager, Mayor of the Borough of Oakland, and on behalf of the council and the residents of the Borough of Oakland, pay tribute to you and thank you for your bravery, dedication, and generous, distinguished service. Signed, Linda H. Schwager. Thank you. Good?
Okay, second one.
Second one, I don't think, is Hutz here?
No, Hutz isn't here.
Oh, well,
Just read it.
do you want to read? Well, we'll do it when he comes. Should we save it for when he comes?
Yeah.
Okay, we have the next one. And then still don't leave, because I'm going to change the agenda around. I'm going to, don't complain. I'm going to read the resolution for, I want everybody to hear about Frank Leone and why we're going to be dedicating the post office to him, because it is a fascinating life he led in Oakland. So don't leave. We'll do it short after this presentation, then I'll do the resolution for Frank Leone.
John, you're over here.
You're on.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mayor. You know, a couple weeks ago, I received a phone call from Congressman Josh Gottheimer's office. I believe Linda did also. And we commiserated. And what Josh did, he started a program of naming somebody from your community that goes over and above services to the town. And I think there were around 25 towns that had a nomination. And we put the name of Mr. Roy Balberger in because of his dedicated service over the years. And it was a beautiful ceremony. And I just want to reread what was said by the
Why
congressman.
don't you come up here with your family? This is very special. Our town is very lucky to have Roy Balberger. With the flooding and disasters we've had, whenever there's a problem, he leads the charge. So
I got to tell you something. My first life as a councilman before, I was an OEM liaison for my 6 years on the council, and he and I worked together. We spent a couple weekends together when it was flooding out there. So I appreciate what he's done, and he continues to do every day, and we're all the better off for it. So reading this, it's a certificate of recognition, the Borough of Oakland, Bergen County, New Jersey. A community has no greater riches than the dedicated service of its people. Roy Balberger, in recognition and appreciation for your service to the Borough of Oakland as Fire Chief from 91 to 93 and 98 to 2000, Superintendent of Flood Control from 2004 to present, and as Emergency Management Coordinator since 1997. As OEM Coordinator, Roy has been involved in recovery efforts during Hurricane Floyd, Hurricane Irene, and numerous flooding events. When 2 nor'easters hit our community this past March and thousands of residents were left without power, Roy was critical in leading efforts to keep families safe and get power restored. Roy was honored by Congressman Josh Gottheimer for being a hometown hero. The Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oakland, on behalf of the residents, thank Roy for his dedication to our community when our community needed help the most. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes. And I'm just going to read a quick
It's
resolution.
from a fake photographer, but I'm going to get a better one.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to deviate from the agenda so that everybody can hear the resolution, which is Resolution 18262 in your packet. Oh, thank you. And this is the resolution that authorizes the renaming of the Oakland Post Office. And I guess the very young people will not understand, but the older residents of Oakland will appreciate this resolution. Whereas the United States Postal Service facility located at 332 Round Pond Valley Road in Oakland, New Jersey, has been known as the Oakland Post Office. And whereas Frank Leone was postmaster of the Oakland Post Office for 48 years. And whereas Frank Leone was appointed postmaster by President Lyndon B. Johnson and was the last presidentially appointed postmaster in the history of the post office. And whereas Frank Leone served as postmaster in the Oakland Post Office until his retirement in 2012. And whereas Frank Leone moved into Oakland, New Jersey with his wife Ellen and their family in 1954 and actively served the residents of Oakland, New Jersey ever since. And whereas Frank Leone served on the Oakland Borough Council from 1963 to 1965, and whereas Frank Leone also served the Borough of Oakland as Fire Chief, Civil Defense Director, and President of the Oakland Chamber of Commerce, And whereas Frank Leone was a veteran of World War II, where he served as a flight deck crewman in the Navy on the aircraft carrier USS Kearsarge, and whereas Frank Leone passed away on September 7, 2014, at the age of 87, leaving his wife, Ellen, and their family. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Oakland is authorizing that the U.S. Postal Service facility located at 332 Round Pond Valley Road in the Borough of Oakland, Bergen County, in the state of New Jersey, be rededicated as Frank Leone Post Office in his honor, and shall ensure that his legacy is for his dedication to his community and to the U.S. Postal Service is never forgotten. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution shall be sent to U.S. Congressman Josh Gottheimer, who will introduce the bill to the U.S. House of Representatives in Washington, D.C. to dedicate and rename the Oakland Post Office to the Frank Leone Post Office. A motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pinkatelli.
Yes.
So to the family of Frank Leone, we will see you on July 20th, 11 a.m. at the Oakland Senior Center. And the congressman will be there with the bill he's presenting to the House of Representatives. So thank you, everyone. You can, if you want to leave, this is the time. Oh, you'll... Bye, Linda.
He talked me into it.
Thank you for coming.
Congratulations.
Everybody all
Come on, tuck it in.
Congratulations.
Hanging outside, Ron.
Come on, hang it outside. I got a meeting here.
Yeah, PT assessment was on Friday. How are you?
Thank God.
See you guys. Nice to meet you. Haven't met you, but nice to meet you. Peace.
Take care.
Went to the sergeant's party. The sergeant's party. Temperature's dropping off. Although, it's a lot better with the jacket.
Nobody's there.
Nobody? Oh, they have to have a volunteer stay. One.
Did the fire department was on fire?
Must have had a call. They don't want to be, they don't want to see us, they want to see them.
Hey, why are the TVs not on?
Because we don't see each other. They see us, we don't see them.
No presentation.
Okay.
Bart's here.
No, he's not.
We stay.
Yes, he-
There you go, Bart's
Look at
here.
my family for pictures.
Have a seat.
They went that way.
Have a seat. No, you hang out with us.
It's warm in here.
I know.
Oh, yeah, never mind, get out. It'll get cool.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wish to speak?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, June 6, 2018, special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any changes, any additions? Not roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pinkatelli.
Yes.
Regular meeting of Wednesday, June 27, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? No. Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pinkatelli.
Yes.
Executive session of June 27, 2018. You
So
all have
moved.
the didn't
Second.
finish my speech, wait a minute. You will have the minutes, and if there's going to be any changes or discussion, it has to be done during exec.
So moved. Second.
Will there be any discussion? If not, roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
We have a special announcement, authorized social affairs permit the Oakland Fathers Club Pig Roast at Oakland Elks on June 21st, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Okay, there's resolutions, we'll do this as a consent agenda unless you want to pull any out. 18253 is the authorized refund of temporary health license fee to the Lenape Valley Diner, a refund of $250. 18254, authorized refund of recreation fees to Dan Talopsky, 80 Ryerson Avenue, for $1,194, reflecting the TGA Summer Sports Camp. Resolution 18255, authorized purchase radio equipment Motorola from the radio communications, a new radio communication system, 2 new positions, dispatch consoles, in the amount of $544,389.65 to the Motorola Solutions. Contract number 83909, and the CFO has certified funding is available, and there's ordinances 10636, 10636, 11643, 11643, 17761. Resolution 18256, authorized purchase radio equipment, Goosetown Communications, who submitted a quote number 6171-8812-10981 for equipment in the amount of $56,876.18. And the CFO has certified funding is available. Ordinance 16743, 17760, 1767761. Goosetown Communications, $56,876.18. 18257 is a resolution urging the legislature to amend S716, S477, and S1766, and saying that it is compensation to firefighters with cancer, currently written without responsible amendments, will prove very expensive to municipalities. S477, currently written, would eliminate the statute of limitations entirely, leaving officials and volunteers with near impossible task of defending a claim that is decades old. 18258 is authorized execution municipal alliance grant agreement, giving me as Linda H. Schwager, Mayor, and CFO Steven Cesari signage, signature to execute the grant. Authorized refund of found property, that's 18259. A request for a refund of found property, case number 1704011, total amount of $11, to Michelle Leo, 110 Newberry Place in Riverdale. 18260, authorized refund of found property in the amount of $3, case number 18823 to Hope Ryan, 564 West 4th Street in Plainfield, New Jersey. 18261, authorize a license agreement with Pooler LLC, owner of a certain parcel identified as Block 4508, Lot 2, known as 445 Ramapo Valley Road. And it's a license agreement between the borough and Pooler. And is there any you wish to pull out? If not, motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Ordinances, introduction, 18 bond 770, 2018 capital purchases. Is there a motion
So
to?
moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Knapp.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
And the final hearing,
July 25th.
25th. 18 bond 771, 2018 bond ordinance, and that was on the dais when you walked in. And this is introduction bond ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Now.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Final hearing.
July 25th.
Resolution 18249, introduction bond ordinance. And the resolution was also on the dais.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Now.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
18 Code 772 zoning amendment permitting billboards as been discussed. This will allow billboards in certain zones of the municipality pursuant to constitutional laws of the United States.
Could I have a statement to make?
1870, sure.
Well,
Well, first I know I need a motion and a second,
Okay,
because it's a resolution.
yes.
Is there a motion and a second?
So moved.
Oh, no, this is not,
This is...
no, this is, I'm sorry, this is an introduction. So I need a motion to introduce.
So moved.
Are you tabling, or what are we doing? All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, you want to make a statement
Discussion,
before we
yeah,
vote?
discussion. I'm not in favor of putting billboards up in Oakland. However, in questioning our attorney this evening, he said that we currently prohibit billboards throughout the town. If we do not allow it in at least one zone, then we could be sued for infringing upon someone's freedom of speech. So unfortunately, this is a situation where I have no other choice but to vote in favor of this so that the borough does not incur any legal expense. So I'd just like to say I'm not in favor of the billboards. However, we are really required under law to pass such an ordinance.
And this
Thank
is
you.
part of a consent agreement
Yes,
in court.
correct.
So everybody knows.
May I say, I think one part of the agreement was also to allow the borough to use the sign for emergency signage
Yes.
when necessary.
So there's
So
a
we
benefit.
do get some resultant good use of it when there's an emergency in our town.
Just,
And
I
just so
don't,
everybody knows,
Yeah.
the zone will be on Route 287. It's not going to be in the middle of town. It's going to be specifically, that's why that's the zone of Route 287.
right, and there are quite a few restrictions on it. So it's not just nilly-willy, they're going to put up whatever they want. We have dimensions requirements, setback requirements.
Yes.
So there are a lot of requirements, but as the mayor said, the only zone would be permitted in is on Route 287. I
Correct.
just don't like the,
Or Councilman Pignatelli's house, we can put one up there too.
However, it's the federal government, it's the
Correct.
Constitution of the United
United
States.
States.
as the mayor says, correct.
And I would recommend, if you have any questions about this, it's ordinance 18 Code 772. You can pick up a copy. It's,
4 or 5 pages.
how many pages?
6.
5 pages. If you wish to pick up a copy at Borough Hall, you can get a copy and review it, and then you can make comments to any of the council people or myself, and we'd love to hear your comments before the final hearing. This will be presented to the planning board. So, so when is this going to be the final?
We can't schedule it till the 22nd of August because the planning board didn't.
And assuming we have a meeting, okay.
Yeah.
So tentatively, the final hearing will not be until August 22nd, and that gives us time to go before the planning board, and it gives all the residents an opportunity to go to Borough Hall and get a copy. And again, it's ordinance number 18, Code 772, and it's specifically under the Land Use and Zoning, Article 7, zoning to establish a conditional use in the Industrial 1 zone, which is specifically geared towards Route 287. Okay,
Need a roll call.
I was just going to say roll call. Okay.
Councilman Biallo.
Yes.
Councilman Net.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes. We're good.
Okay. Work session, items any?
No.
None. New business?
Actually, yes, Mayor. I had an opportunity today to sit down with some folks from the New Jersey DOT, which was set up by one of our own, Tom Connolly. And we started discussing some realistic or holistic ways we can try and mitigate some of the traffic problems in the middle of town. Unfortunately, the general consensus is we're never going to be able to get rid of all of it because it would require us to do things that we're just as a borough not prepared to do.
Correct.
However,
Get rid of the railroad tracks.
I'm thinking the nice folks at the S&W Railroad would probably take issue with that. However, thank you. Some of the things that we did discuss, and some of them may be a little hard for some residents to accept, is we may wind up having to make the left turn onto Yapa from 202 South, make that a no left turn. We would then be able to extend the double lane when you make the right from West Oakland onto 202 South. We could extend that down almost to the Enterprise door, which would give us a significantly higher queue than we have right now. Right now with that turn, we've got about a 2 or 3 car queue. And that's what's that's part of what causes the traffic in the right lane on West Oakland to back up. We also discussed getting the state and county lights. The traffic light down on 202 that is at Franklin Avenue is a county light. The lights in the middle of town are state lights.
Correct.
And while they are on readers, they have either loops and/or cameras and/or radar to sense traffic. They're going to look at and they're going to talk with the state to discuss ways to better use some of the more current technologies to get those lights to talk to each other. The hope is we can reduce some of the problem. Eliminating that left turn off onto Yapa from 202 South would then require traffic to go down to Oak Street and come around behind the.
What comes around, I'm telling you, go look at the Eurosec plan from the 1990s.
Yeah. Well, that's what Oak Street, that's what it was built for.
No left turn onto Yapa.
Right. And, if you'll notice, those intersections down there by Oak and Ramapo Valley Road were really constructed to handle a higher volume of traffic making those turns.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to sit down with Captain Sanzari, Officer Fiore, and Councilman Knapp, and we're going to, go over and put together kind of a comprehensive plan of what we can do in the middle of town to at least get this process started.
Is this part of Station Park?
This has nothing to do with Station Park. Station Park goes in Bush Plaza and that's it. The other thing that we're still going to hope to try and do is see if we can get the S&W Railroad to allow us an extra railroad crossing at the intersection of West Oakland and 287. That would be a major step in our downtown redevelopment. That would provide a road that residents coming from Skyline up West Oakland could get to 287, make a right turn, and if they wanted to go south down, for example, to the mall where Oakland Hardware is, or W's or whatnot, they could actually take a back road down there the whole way.
But that's private property.
Actually, those roads that are down there are paper roads. Terhune,
Not road to Hume.
Oak and Terhune are all.
But the crossing of the railroad tracks on the other side of the railroad tracks is owned
Right,
by.
that property right against West Oakland is private property,
Sure.
but it is for sale.
I know,
So it is something that we can,
Couple million.
millions, a couple of millions.
Lou, just as second chair of public safety, I'd like to be with that, on that meeting too.
I don't think so. I don't wish to have you there.
I do.
You wish to have him there?
Look how tan he is.
Well, I know, but he makes me look white.
So that means he can walk to the meeting.
That's true.
But I have some ideas that I'd like to share, so.
I think we should all be there, including me.
Who are you?
I don't know at this point, but I would think that it would be very important not to just have a committee meeting, but advertise it and have any council person who would like to
Absolutely.
be
What
there.
we'd like to do, I mean, again, what I'd like to do is come up with.
Because it takes more than just public safety, it takes more than just
Absolutely.
DPW or the police.
But we want to come up with, at least start with a plan, so we have some sort of framework. I would like to,
I wish you
obviously
would find
get-
that Eurostat plan down at the basement of the
We
senior
have,
center.
I believe we have it, Mayor, at our office.
all right. Well, then, John, I'd like you also to be, because I know you guys have a traffic division. So, it's going to take, it's going to take everybody, and quite frankly, it's not going to be a 100% solution. The issue of when the schools let out up on Yappa, nobody thinks that there's really a realistic way to
Though
solve
Frank
that right
Monaco had a
now.
plan.
I'm certain.
He staggered the dismissal times. He used to
That-
come up here all the time.
That's a school board thing.
Of course it is.
We don't control the school board.
But, Lou, a couple of months ago, I suggested that in order to get up-to-date information, that we do a comprehensive traffic study, because the last one wasn't done until 1990, which was before 287 opened up. So I'm thinking that if we really had a good traffic count of how people travel through town, that it might help with striping. Because I understand we're going to be repaving to Granville Valley Road.
Well, I certainly
we
hope
will.
they repave Brownfield Valley Road after what PSE&G is doing.
Oh, below, yeah. What about my house?
That's
You
by
know
my
what?
house.
Again, listen, and Ramapo Valley Road may very well be repaved when the sewers go in.
They'll be dug up and repaved again.
Right. So, again, the idea is start with the things that we can do. And the good part is, this kind of stuff, prohibiting a left turn here and there, and adding some striping, which, by the way, the county will pay for on the county roads. We just have to put a request in to the county engineer, and they'll do it. Will allow us it'll be a genie that we can put back in the bottle. If it's something and it doesn't work well, we don't get the benefit out of it that the experts think we will, we'll have an opportunity to go back and try something else.
Good.
So,
We have
that's,
to try.
right, and these have to be, so there's gonna be a little bit of pain. Again, people who are used to, coming up West Oakland or making a left from 202 south onto Yappa, it's gonna be unfortunate. Coming down Yappa into 202, that's probably gonna wind up having to be a full-time right turn only. Because it's actually a dangerous left. I've had people tell me that they've almost hit people trying to make that left turn, just between traffic coming in. It's sort of like I call it a 4.5-way intersection. You've got 202, you've got Yappa coming in at a weird angle, so we want to get the ball started, and I think the way to do it is come up with a plan, then we can all get together and everybody can.
Excellent. And we're very lucky to have Tom Connolly, a resident in Oakland,
Huge.
who
huge.
works for the county roads.
Tom, I called him about this to ask him some questions, and right away, he said, you know what, let's get a meeting with some of the traffic engineers. And it was, and it was a productive hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes.
I'm doing a case in Teaneck where the road is a county road and the traffic light is a state traffic light.
Well, we have that in Oakland.
Exactly. And the other attorneys arguing that the above the light is a camera. And I called Tom Connolly, and I spoke to the engineer. It's not. They do traffic counts. That's all they do. And then within a matter of days, they delete the recording and start all, and they just keep going.
Those are the sensors. They no longer put the sensors on the road anymore. That's what
That's
that
how
is.
they do
Well,
the
the
count.
state-
It doesn't tell you what cars they are. It's just a count, so
Right,
they
well,
know.
The state apparently now is actually using radar units. What they told me today was that state got away from cameras because the lenses got dirty. And I guess they've got a 50-foot sensor from the stop line on the light back. That's their trigger area.
There's also a problem in court, trying
Oh.
to enforce.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
It's always
So-
the attorneys, right?
I know, damn lawyers. Oh, wait, Ryan's not here. So, we're gonna try and do what we can do to put everything forward. And then once we have a structure for a plan, then we'll get together with everybody. And if
Good.
we wanna do
Excellent.
a
Yes.
meeting with all the council people,
And
absolutely.
we'll have another presentation.
I don't do PowerPoint.
But
I don't
Bobby
even know what
does.
PowerPoint is, other than it points in its power.
Okay. Thank you. Any other new business? If not, we'll start with Councilman Knapp, since we're at that end and we're all looking left.
No report.
Councilman Levy?
Actually, no report.
Well, tomorrow night. What's tomorrow
Oh,
night?
tomorrow night's planning board.
That's it. Next.
Well, I have a whole sheet of things to say, so
Well,
sit
You're on
back-
the air.
Sit back and take it easy. At the carnival, 35 people signed up to participate in the Green Team
wow.
program. Yeah. They want to get involved in some of the programs that the Green Team will be, they don't want to be on the committee.
Oh, but they want to
They want to
oh, good.
participate in the programs that the environmental, Green Team will be promoting. The Green Team also is going to recommend banning plastic bags from...
That was brought up,
Nancy
but
sent
Nancy
that.
Kraus sent
Right.
us, Nancy, thank you for your email. The problem that is, I think we should wait to see what's going on with the state, the bill
Mhm.
that's on the governor's desk.
Mhm, mhm.
As soon as we find out what the status of the the bill, the state legislature's bill sitting on the governor's desk about plastic bags, a lot of the municipalities are just sitting back and waiting to find out.
Well, the
Then we
one-
will move forward.
The one problem that was pointed out is if we pass the ordinance before the state does, we would be eligible to receive money for that program. If the state passes
What's program?
banning plastic bags.
How is that? Why would we get money? Oh, they would give us money because we're
Right.
banning plastic
Right, yeah,
bags.
Yeah. But anyway,
Well, if you could find, if you could get us more research on that.
yes, and Nancy's going to be doing that.
Okay.
I also want to point out, and I know we have made this announcement several times, if you want the town newsletter, you have to go online and sign up for it. Right, Bob?
Correct.
So right on our webpage, there's an area for you to sign up to receive via email the newsletter. The other thing, and I know Councilman Kumala brought this out either last meeting or the meeting before, everyone received the water report in the mail on the water quality in town. And a couple of people came up to the booth for the Green Team, and they were concerned about drinking the water because of this chemical in the water. Now, it's not in our water. It was only detected in well number 5, which is a test well. So it's not in our water. It was in one well that we only use for testing. So no way does it affect the quality of our drinking water. I know Councilman Kamala brought that out. I just want to make people understand, don't be afraid about drinking the water. It's perfectly fine. And that was detected only in one test well. The Green Team also would like to make a suggestion, Mayor, that next time before the water report is distributed, that the Green Team, or the Environmental Commission actually, be allowed to look at that. We have 2 chemists on the Green Team, I'm sorry, the Environmental Commission. I'm sorry, because most people who are on the Green Team, Environmental Commission are also on the Green Team. So they would like to, just as a courtesy, before we issue the next water report, that the Environmental Commission be given that ahead of
Well,
time.
Karen is your secretary, isn't she? Oh, on the health department.
That's
Who's
up-
the secretary on the
Jerry
environmental?
Angemuller.
Well, she's right there with the water department.
Yeah.
Tell her.
Well, Pat, what's the intent of having them review it? Simply because and John, feel free to jump in, but the requirements of the CCR are rather clearly set forth. I don't think that there's a lot of room for.
Well, I mean, if there's a flag, possibly they would be able to comment on it also, because, like, for instance, this chemical that was found is also in a very widely used dishwasher detergent at home. So not that you'd be drinking that, obviously, but I mean, no, either do I. But it is out there in the environment. However, they would like to just see, as a courtesy review, to take a look at it, see what the results were, so that in the event that they do need some type of professional comment about it, they'd be able to do it ahead of time.
Okay, I mean, you know, that stuff's usually, again, kind of I want to say pre-formatted, but
the results come in on the test sheet from from the laboratory. before
right,
you-
so,
yeah.
so I believe the compound, I'm not sure if it's PFOA or 1,4-dioxane.
I think it's 1,4-dioxane.
Okay. So those sort of compounds are monitored.
Mhm.
The federal EPA requires us to monitor certain things, but there's no limit on it. There's nothing that you have to control to, at least at this point. And what they do is they get a lot of data on these compounds and their prevalence in the environment and in water supplies to determine if they need to establish a standard for that. What we report on, I believe, is set forth, mandated by the DEP and the EPA, and any exceedances there, like for sodium, okay?
Right.
Which you see, and you get like well 5 and whatnot, and then they'll have that exceedance. There's guidelines for how you have to notify the public about those exceedances. And John, I don't know if you have any experience, if you want.
Well, I just wanted to let, the public know that all the water in Oakland is perfectly good to drink.
Yes.
There is nothing wrong with the water. We do go by very stringent, detailed reports that go down to the DEP on a weekly basis, and if there is anything ever that shows up, they would put a flag on us in about 2 seconds, because that's a weekly monitoring system from the state of New Jersey. And as you said, Rich, we do have that trace element. A lot of these elements that are listed don't even have a cap on how much can be in the water, because they have no positive results of any tests that if they're harmful or not, but they're there. It's just like digging up your front lawn. You're going to find everything in the world in your front lawn that's a violation of DEP laws about what clean soil is. So same thing goes with the water. Water is, we go by the rule of law, which is mandated by the state of New Jersey, and I don't think there's been a problem with our water for a long, long time, except for that one trace element, which doesn't have a ceiling on how much.
Yeah, the only reason I brought it up was numerous people stopped at their booth
inquiring, yeah,
at the carnival.
Well, we just want to
Yes.
lay those people's minds to rest, that there is nothing wrong with the water.
Correct, correct. The other thing, as I had asked the borough councilor this evening, they were questioning whether or not the chicken ordinance was approved or not at the borough council, and I understand from the attorney that it was forwarded to the Board of Health for them to make comment on. So if anyone...
You'll check on that to the Board of
Aren't you
Health?
the Board of Health guy?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
I said I was going to look into it.
Yeah, and Pat, you know what, too, I'll follow up with Karen at my staff meeting tomorrow.
Yes, good. And on Sandy Beach, the attorney also advised me that Boswell Engineering is looking at an environmental study at Sandy Beach, and also I guess it's called buildability.
Buildability study. Was it, John, is it buildability study?
It's a build-out analysis.
Yeah, build-out analysis.
Do you know if any work has been done further that?
No, we were just settling on the price that we were charging the borough for, so that was just resolved, I think, today.
Oh, contact Councilman Levy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I believe I already did.
Oh.
Well, thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Councilman Bialy.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We'll start off with our favorite people, the seniors. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m., I believe, the Senior Club will have their picnic
Yes.
at the Senior Center.
It's their annual picnic.
It's their annual picnic, and I'm sure the mayor's going to be there. I'll be there, and if anybody else wants to join us, I'm
Is
sure.
the council invited?
Yes, you got an invitation.
It's a Senior Club.
It was on email.
Oh.
They sent out invitations via email. That's why we need,
What's email?
that's why we need computers.
Okay. And also, coming up on Thursday, July 19th, there'll be a bingo night, and they'll be going to the Sands Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania on Thursday, August the 2nd, leaving from the Senior Center at 9 a.m. Limited spaces are still available, and we will also be doing, for those people who don't go to the Sands, they'll be doing a movie day on August the 2nd for those that aren't on the trip. So you'll have, if you go, you have something to do. If you don't go, you have something to do here too. So congratulations to our new senior director who's having a wonderful time getting used to the confines of the senior center, and I hear nothing but good reports from the seniors.
Excellent.
DPW, as I reported last time, I haven't seen it yet, but they're supposedly put the work order in to start changing out the street lights, the 18 street lights for this year, to LED lights, and hopefully we'll see that going on pretty soon. We have some tips from Orange Rockland on how to control your air conditioning costs, because with the temperatures hovering at 100 degrees, the air conditioners are having a hard time keeping up with it, and your bill is going to go up in the air as well. So they suggest turning down your air conditioner in your home when you're away or at work, shutting it off, setting your air conditioner to the highest temperature your comfort and health allow. Every degree you lower the temperature thermostat, your bill goes up by 6%. Adjusting your air conditioner fan to a low setting can make you feel more comfortable. It'll take longer for the air to cool down, but your unit will bring in steamy air at a slower rate. Closing all windows and doors in your home. Cooking, baking, or other household activities that produce heat and humidity are best left for the cool times of the day and night. Pulling your curtains and shades closed can help block out the heat. Covering liquid items in a refrigerator is best. The humidity they give off forces the refrigerator to use more energy. Placing the most used items in one place in a refrigerator also helps the door open for a shorter period of time. And also, water and sewer report. Eric's not here, I'll pick up on that. The only thing I'm going to report to you that on August 14th, we have a very, very important meeting at the Northwest Bergen County Utilities Authority in Wyckoff at their office to discuss terms and agreements for the new storage system, which is on its way to Oakland in the next year or so.
It's coming.
It's coming.
In spite of what people think, it's coming.
And I'm so happy to hear about the post office being renamed.
It's so exciting.
And people who have never been to Frank Leone's office have missed out on a piece of history, because he had stuff from the 1960s hanging in his office, and every president, I think, he had a picture with in his office as well. It was one of those
I have a file. I started in 2014 working on this rededication to Frank Leone.
And Charlie Wright had a
Charlie Wright,
big hand in it. Thank you, Charlie.
And other postmasters have helped, and veterans, because Frank Leone was a veteran.
That's my report, ma'am.
Yes. So please, July 20th, 11 a.m. at the Senior Center. With that, I entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Close.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid.
Bills to be paid, $181,655.02. So moved.
Second.
So, this was discussed. I hope all of you do read the bills list. No, I'm not ready.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ready. I want to make a statement that I'm hoping that it's just not a list of numbers, that you do read the bills list so that if there's any questions, you can ask our finance chairman, and so, or send it to him ahead of time so you can find the answer from our CFO. Now, roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Net.
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilman Pigaselli.
Yes?
Motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting will be held July 25th.
That's Lou's birthday. Just for
Oh, it's your birthday?
Yeah, bring a cake.
It is, am I excused?
No. Meeting is adjourned.
Will there be bourbon?
Did you see that down south, a building collapsed, they lost 120,000 gallons?